What is up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee back with an NFL blog, man. Getting late in the season. A lot of divisional races, the playoff picture, everything heating up. A lot to talk about. If you're new to the channel, this is Coffee. We talk music, news, and sports every day. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and join the discussion. But let's get into it, man. A lot to talk about. Now, for those who are acquainted with the channel, Jay Coffee Talk is die-hard Bills Mafia. Right? And over the last week, a lot of the analysts were going back and forth about the Patriots taking ownership of that first place spot in the AFC East. They're now number 2 in the conference. It's just been a crazy season, as I've been pointing out. My Bills had 2 very uncharacteristic-like losses to the bum-ass Jaguars and to Indy. The last week it was ugly, And a lot of the analysts were all talking about, what's more the story here, the Bills' collapse or the Patriots' success? And it's so wild the way the different narratives and everything that's pushed by the media. As the Patriots had a big game and they went out there and handled business and won against the Tennessee Titans. The storyline was the last time they met the Titans was Tom Brady's last game as a New England Patriot in the playoffs. He went out there, got pick 6 by a former Patriot at that, point in time, and they lost. Knocked Tom Brady out the playoffs, and he went on to Tampa, got himself a Super Bowl ring, and here we are now. What are the Patriots going to do? And they went out there and they handled business. Like I said, 36-13. And this was pretty much the Patriots game the whole time. You know what I mean? They went out there, put up points quick, and kept at it. Just look at it statistically, the 2 quarterbacks. Mac Jones, 23 of 32, 310 yards, 2 TDs. The wide receiver, Kendrick Bourne, caught both of those touchdowns. He had 5 receptions for 61 yards. And Tannehill, look at these numbers. 11 of 21 for 93 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 3 fumbles by the running backs, and altogether 4 turnovers. Like, this was just all Patriots, you know what I mean? And it's wild. The Titans were still sitting up there like atop the conference, as I've been pointing out all year long. I just talked about my Bills' uncharacteristic losses. We had a very, very close loss against the Titans where we went for it on a 4th down late in the game. Down by 3, could have kicked that field goal and went to overtime. I get why we did it. That's a whole nother story. We've been over it. McDermott believes in his guys. I had a whole spiel about why we should have took the 3, but that's besides the point. That's over with. That's in the past. I'm not mad at the coach for going for it there, but we lost. And the Titans, who've been a top team, as I pointed out, they lost to the Jets. You know what I mean? Miami beat Baltimore, who's up there in the conference right now, sitting at number 1 as the conference standings sit. These teams we're talking about: Baltimore 8-3, first place; New England 8-4, second place; Tennessee 8-4, third place; the Chiefs, who all year was like, what's going on with these guys? My Bills beat them. They're in 4th place because we actually hold the tiebreaker over them, the Bills, but they're in first place in their division right now, so they automatically get that 4 seed. And my Bills are actually in 6th place at 7-4, but it's just been a mess. It's been crazy. You never know how any of these teams are going to perform week to week, but through all this, the Patriots have won 6 straight. And you'll see some different tweets and stuff up there. This guy, Dave Myers, DM3, he runs a Buffalo Bills channel and Instagram account and everything covering the Bills, called Built in Buffalo. And you see what he put up. Shout out to him as well. Shout out DM3. He put up, the Bills go out there and smash the Saints on Thanksgiving, and the media is all like, the Saints are a wounded dog. They have so many injuries, blah, 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 downplaying the Bills win. The Patriots go out there and beat the Titans, who, have injuries. They don't have Derrick Henry, and the media's showing them love and everything like that. And real quick, talking about Derrick Henry, being out. This is their fourth game without him. As we saw, the running backs had 3 fumbles that were recovered by the other team, and then the Tannehill pick, 4 turnovers. Those are bad numbers. You don't want the turnover differential being so out of pocket like that. You know what I mean? Even if the opposing team only gets 3 points off those 4 turnovers, that's 12, and they got more than 3 off some of them. They scored touchdowns. But it's just wild because I've personally always thought, I don't want to call Tannehill trash because he has success, but you see the kind of game plan that they have with them. You see the 11 of 21, 93 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Like, he's in my opinion, not the kind of quarterback that's going to go out there and win the game in a shootout for you. They like to have him roll out. They use his mobility. They like to do the play action fake a lot. And they just run a specific kind of game plan that without Derrick Henry, they can't really be successful with it. And we saw it. But another dude, Rico, who runs the Bills Fanatics or Buff Fanatics, I forget what they go by now. There was a cease and desist thing where they had to change their name at one point in time. He pointed out, hey, let's not hate on the Patriots fans for being excited about that win. Even if the Titans do have injuries and don't have Derek Carr, they're in first place. Let them have their moment. Let's not get caught up in all that. Let's just focus on this Monday night showdown coming up next week. Bills versus the Patriots. I mean, it's huge. This is for everything. And with that being said, and we play them twice in these remaining 6 games as the NFL season is now extended to 17 games. With all that being said, jump in the comments and let me know what you guys think. The first game is in Buffalo. I believe the Bills are actually still a favorite. Who knows? The line could change by then. Spreads, it doesn't really matter, but I just like to point out at times, who is the favorite, basically saying what everyone else is thinking, who's going to go out there and win. But it just seems like, and I get it. My Bills have played a couple bad games, as I've pointed out in all the time. This is the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Teams study, they watch film, they try to find ways to jam up good offenses, stop beat good defenses, etc. And we've seen these teams have slowed down the Bills' offense a little bit. Our defense has been great, aside from that game against Indy where we got ran all over. But the big story with our defense right now that everyone's talking about is losing Tre'Davious White for the season with the ACL injury. Definitely. I mean, you never want to lose a guy like that. But right where we're at in the schedule, the standings, the showdown with the Patriots, it's horrible to lose him at this point. But I really, really want to open up the comments here and hear what everyone has to think. It's just so wild the way the momentum swings. Obviously, I still believe in my Bills. I still believe we can beat the Patriots, and we will. But it's just so funny to me the way the hype switches up with these analysts. It took them so late in last season to actually start believing in the Bills, even when we were week in and week out showing, everyone what this team was about. There was still a lot of doubters and haters. Then over the offseason, they love us. Then this year, over the past few weeks since midseason on, we've had some struggles. And now they're all hating on us again, So, I don't know. I just want to know what everyone thinks. I can't wait. Once again, I believe in my Bills. I'm so pumped up for this Buffalo versus New England division title on the line. Probably will be the number 2 seed on the line. I can't wait, But I think Josh Allen is going to go out there and ball out. I really do. The other crazy story and narrative to all this now, though, with the Patriots, the 6-game win streak and everything that they're doing is there's a lot of sports media outlets running with, hey, is Bill Belichick the coach of the year? Does he deserve to be coach of the year? Is he Tom Brady's equal again? And, it's wild. It's like it's crazy. You're seeing Belichick smile again. I don't know. What do you guys think about that as well? Let's just discuss it all below. Bills versus the Patriots. Patriots beat the Titans. The Bills' struggles, can we overcome them? Let's discuss it all below. But in other NFL news from this week, I found this to be rather funny. LA Rams played the Green Bay Packers. The Packers ended up getting the win. But the story that I want to talk to you guys about is Odell Beckham and Davante Adams ended up doing the jersey swap. But originally, Davante Adams wanted to bust OBJ's balls a little bit and tell him, nah, man, go get you a Cooper Kupp jersey. I don't want a jersey swap with you, as he was a little pissed, I guess. He wanted OBJ to sign with Green Bay after he got released out of Cleveland. But, you know, that's not what happened. He went to the Rams. I just found this to be funny. But all in all, in the end, they ended up swapping jerseys. And what do you guys think about OBJ's hair, man? That's a wild dye job right there. And then last up, man, we got to talk about the re-debuting Cam Newton back in the league. It's so crazy, too. We're talking about Mac Jones and the Patriots and everything that's going on with this team. As we know, early on, they decided to give Killer Cam his walking papers, which still I was surprised to even see him back with New England leading into this season. I thought it was a wrap, but he starts again for his, original former team who drafted him with the #1 overall pick, the Carolina Panthers, and he went out there and played like hot garbage. I believe he had like a 5 passer rating through multiple picks, and they got smashed by the Dolphins, y'all. What in the fuck? Like, man, that's just ugly. I know Killer Cam's got to really be feeling pretty shitty right now. So I guess the Patriots can still feel positive about that decision. Not that they already didn't, as, the season that they're having. But what do you guys think about Cam Newton just absolutely shitting the bed? Let's discuss all these topics in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, guys. This has been Coffee. And if you're new, subscribe. A lot of you guys probably know me from my main channel, which once again I can't get into right now. So we got to build this one up. So subscribe, interact with the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.